Hi everyone, I'm the Akari Warrior, and welcome to my Let's Play of Metroid 2, The Return of Samus. I'll be playing it on the Super Game Boy, so I'm going to explain some of the nuances of the Super Game Boy to make this experience a little bit more fun. When we first played Metroid 2, it probably looked something like this. But through the magic of the Super Game Boy, we can do all kinds of things. As you can see, there's a bunch of borders there that we're not really going to mess with. We're just going to keep it clean with no border. And there are different color palettes to select from. And I take a second to just go ahead and cycle through a couple of them, just to see if there's anything that really fits us really well. And, well, the inverted color one is pretty cool. We can either click on the number 1, or we can click on the same letter twice. And that will give us a new set of colors on a different row, but we really need to make our own color palette. So on the left you can see the different colors and how they're arranged on the palette, and on the right is our color options. So we're going to make Samus's ship a bright yellow, and we're going to make Samus's chest plate red. But what to do about that dark green? I think a bright green would really suit it'll be less noticeable, and oh god, that looks terrible! Black, 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 black. Oh, much better. I don't really like having the color black next to itself on those palettes. It could present a problem later, but we'll tackle that when we get to it. So, we're gonna soft reset here, and then off we go to start our adventure. And welcome to the Let's Play of Metroid 2. I'm the Akari Warrior, and here we go. So as you can see, we got a jump. We can go into the Morph Ball, run around inside of Samus's ship, which is a first for the series. We have the long beam as seen in the original Metroid. And so our shots will go all the way across the screen, and we can shoot up while jumping, or while running. And if you remember the intro to Metroid Fusion, if you had played it, that was the little gay lizard thing that, where you first see the first X-Parasite. I felt it necessary to demonstrate the Morph Ball here for no apparently good reason. And down we go. As you can see, the Morph Ball becomes necessary, so they start you off with it immediately. We also have 30 missiles. We already used one on the first creature there. And that was totally worth it. And down we go. The regenerating blocks. Oh! I just ruined my flow, you little creature, you. So if we roll under here, we can see that there is the first save point. And I'll just be hopping on those as necessary to keep track of the game. And so also you'll notice that Samus's arm cannon opens up when you switch to missiles. That's also a first for the series, and that's kind of why I'm doing this. It's an opportunity to show a lot of the first things that were introduced between Metroid 1 and Super Metroid. So you notice there's a pulsating icon down in the bottom right corner. That is actually our Metroid counter. There are 39 Metroids on the planet of Zebes, and we have to destroy them all. Of course, Samus still has her trademark flip. And there it is. I tried to shoot it there, and that's what happens when the Metroid makes its big entrance when it's coming out of its shell. Got a little explosion. Nice short boss fight. And an earthquake. Samus apparently didn't know or care that every time she killed a certain number of these things, earthquakes racked the planet. So, off we go, back to where the earthquake was. Typically, when there's an earthquake, either a wall collapses or lava or acid is drained. I always thought it was acid because it didn't really look like it wasn't animated at all, so I just figured it wasn't bubbling, so it must be acid. And I mean, come on a planet full of Metroids. Honestly, from here you can tell that I always thought that the plot from for Metroid Fusion was basically a ripoff of Alien Resurrection. Oh, we have to clone the Metroids, just like cloning the aliens, so on and so forth. Unfortunately, the big thing that this sequel did on the handheld was that it has the same nasty propensity to require backtracking. So we'll be seeing a bit of that. But thankfully, this world is not that large in relative comparison to Super Metroid or maybe even the original. So it's so there won't be as much backtracking. But if it gets to be too tedious, then I'll just do some creative editing. So these pits here were actually filled with acid before that earthquake, before I killed that first Metroid, but I never went this direction, so you never actually got to see the before shot. Also, I think this area here was filled with acid as well. Also, that was a demonstration there of looking for secrets, but really, there's not much in the way of secrets in this one. It's this adventure is kind of watered down, which is probably why people don't like it nearly as much as any of the other games in the series. But as far as I'm concerned, I felt that graphically it's aged a lot better than the original Metroid. A lot of the graphical issues that they had on the first in the first game, they just managed to get over with and really optimized it for the handheld. Oh yeah, turn around and shot him. Now the black dots, the white dots and that black thing there, that's the acid I was talking about, and it hurts you when you touch it. And it's kind of hard to see the acid when it's black like that, so that was my original concern earlier. So Super Game Boy, ho! We're gonna update our color palette here. And we'll make it something that's a little less offensive to the eye. And I still didn't learn that bright colors hurt. So, a little bit more creative editing there. And trying to figure out how to make that blue just a little bit darker, because I see the slider bar there. And then I tried the R, I wasn't sure what that was. And then I noticed, oh hey, I can make it a little bit darker. So there we go. We have dark blue acid to run around on SR388. You notice at the top there were numbers. That's actually a not a password exactly, but you can input that and you can input that and it'll give you your exact color scheme. So you don't have to worry about having to pick it out again the next time you turn on the Super Game Boy.